Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Happy Monday for my YouTube collective. Alrighty, so for this collective, main message is a beautiful collective upgrade is what I was feeling. So I feel like you guys are currently going through a lot of releases, really focusing on that positivity, really in your divine masculine strength, actually. Yeah, I feel like beautiful things are on their way. But just to make sure, I want to get my Oracle deck, and see currently what's going on around your energy, what's currently going on in your energy, not even around you. And then we'll get, universal messages and such, and see what is the 411 with this collective. Sorry. I feel very giddy. Alrighty. This beautiful collective, what is currently going on in your energy? Whoa. For sure. Okay, so a couple came out. Oh my God, that's what I was feeling. But that like domino effect. I feel like a lot of things that you've been going through, kind of like those puzzle pieces, this collective, it could really be, like, oh my God, this happened because of this, a lot of pennies dropping for this collective. But also it's like not that you're pushing it, but through your divine masculine strength, action, assertiveness, and decisiveness, and also through your divine feminine stillness and believing and just being empathetic towards yourself, living in the moment and such, I feel like you are kind of like something is gaining momentum. Like with your action, you push that little domino and it started to do that effect, and everything that was supposed to align with you started aligning through the action and sign and assertiveness that you are currently going through. Oh my God, one moment. Sorry about that. That was my mom. But yeah, cause and effect. So progress, you're gaining momentum. But that's what I feel. It was like a chain reaction is happening within your guys' lives, but a butterfly effect lineup. Then we do have the waterfall. This is about overflow and abundance. So you could feel very abundant currently, really, again, there's a reason why I said this collective, you're living in the moment. This collective, you feel like you're living your best life right now. You could be going through a certain emotional release and letting go of what no longer serves you, but there's a fulfillment. It's tears of joy. Finally I got here is what I'm hearing. We do have the ring. So this is around your energy, and this is in your energy, I'm sorry. Certain agreements, cycles having to do with karma, closure issues, the circle of trust. So maybe you're getting a lot of lessons having to do with who is actually in your corner is what I'm feeling. But certain contracts, you're reaping what you sow. Beautiful. Confirmation to what I said before as well. Snowflake. So there could be a certain delicate situation around you, but also there's a change of state. So where I'm seeing that as where there was rigidness before, there's flexibility now, but it's about you being precise, what I'm feeling with that. And then we have the clover. This is about luck being on your side. 2nd of the 6th could be an important date, or 6th of the 2nd. Unexpected rendezvous, maybe. You could have met. This is also about a certain short-lived romance. We have reward here, a reward, happy coincidence. So it could be that maybe the universe is about to align you to something very destined right now. So domino effect, the scythe, is that how you say it? So this is unexpected accident, cut, release, harvest season, liberation, ripping off the band-aid. So, surprise, a reckoning. So it could be that maybe, and again, it makes sense. So whatever you set in motion had to do with certain releases, certain, removing, cutting out those negative energies or negative. Oh my God, my nose started watering out of nowhere. You could be going through maybe a runny nose. coming to my mind. But I feel like with this 10 as well, a certain completion having to do with negative energies, negative emotions, negative patterns is what I'm seeing. But there was a sudden change with this collective, and your mind frame is what I'm seeing with this. So not only were you starting, maybe you started with that positive thinking, and then that's how you started to build up through putting action into that positivity. But I do believe this collective, you have karma in the forefront of your mind. Light bulb, what overflow of abundance, light bulb, aha moment, discovery, a breakthrough. I am the light that lights my way. That's what I was hearing. Illumination and epiphany. A realization having to do with, again, what I said before, I can't believe I'm finally here. So this collective, you could have been in this journey for, you could be in this journey for a very long time, and now I'm hearing years. And you're finally in that stage of having that inner peace is what I'm hearing. Don't make it fit. All right, let's see. What is this? Karma, agreement, pact, cycles. For out of the isolation, certain separation, but your independence. Finding refugee in your independence is what I'm hearing with this. But by finally trusting in the universe is what I'm feeling. A certain separation. Let me get one more. But also, I'm seeing this as it had to happen for a reason. And again, there's a reason why I said before, there's pennies dropping for this collective. There's, you know, moments where you're like, oh my God, that puzzle piece is actually for this. And you know what I mean? I kind of feel like this collective, you finally gave up on the time. Yes, enjoyment, being present, finally giving up on the time. Confirmation. You guys saw that. You can, this is about finding your nectar, your sweet nectar, when, you know, it's lifted out of the negativity. Confirmation. You're just in belief. Lightness of being, and that's what I was feeling. I feel lighter. Snowflake. Balance. So whatever was a delicate situation, whatever you had to handle with care, it was for you to bring balance within yourself. It was you taking care of yourself with that, is what I'm seeing. You know, changing your state of mind with that rigidness and starting to really surrender your fear of change. Maybe that was one of your blocks in the past. But feeling complete an awareness of what balances you out as well. Well-being. So literally under the clover, the lucky, happy coincident, unexpected rendezvous, a fling, magnet. You're in magnet mode right now. I feel this is activating into someone else, a certain longing and desire, but the gravity, the magnetic pull is what I'm feeling with this. Field of influence. You're a magnet right now with this. I want one more. New things on the horizon determined. Repetition, making dreams real. So perseverance is what I'm feeling with that. Discipline, through your belief, through those tests that the universe gives us to see if we really are committed to the universe and, you know, not still bound to that 3D aspect. I feel like you're in that beaver energy. You're in the creating mode. And Beaver is kind of like that mama bear for me as well. You know, she really creates her environment. She's a protector of her home. You could have gone through a really big purge as well in your home. But there's this determination with this collective of, you know, whatever's supposed to be attracted to me or whatever is supposed to align with me, it will be. And again, confirmation, what I said before with that time, that date. This collective, that was a big burden for this collective, the time of it. When is this going to arrive? When is this going to arrive? 9th of the 5th, 5th of the 9th could be important dates as well. But yeah, this is beautiful energy. Yeah, even more enlightenment, celebration, traditions. But the mountain, no mountain too tall for you. You will go and just climb it. Very nice. Alrighty. So let's get what emotions you're currently sitting on, just to see what's going on. Literally. Trust. All right, what is this beautiful collective's emotions currently? What emotions are they sitting on? I'm seeing my abundance card. I'm seeing my honesty card. My acceptance card for sure. Acceptance. Learning to accept the things that you cannot change. Confirmation with that hummingbird as well. There could be a little bit of worry, but I'm kind of seeing that as maybe not something, it's not an energy that's yours, but an energy that is tied to you. I want one more for this. Yeah, someone has a little bit of doubt and worry around you. What energy is this collective sitting on? What emotion? Yeah, see, because we have empathy and fear. This collective, maybe you do have certain moments where fear does come over you, but you have more empathy towards yourself than fear. This collective, you know, again, you know where to find your sweet nectar. You know where to balance yourself out. You know that fear doesn't do anything to you. It's just a negative emotion. Yes, you are focused on success. And keeping that positive mindset. Don't make it fit. So I feel like this doubt and this fear, but with this empathy, maybe could be someone else tied to you. We're going to have to see. All right, let us see. Let's see who is this worry and this doubt energy? Let's see who this worry and doubt is. Who is this worry and doubt energy? Oh, someone who was wanting to meet up. Wanting to meet up, savor the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Focusing on giving it that Six of Pentacles energy. They've been focusing on their self-worth as well as this collective. Taking the time to heal. Going through self-appreciation and doing their shadow work. Someone who's made you feel like an option in the past. Who is this doubt and worry? I knew it wasn't you guys. You guys are like, you guys are in acceptance. There could have been third-party interference in this. Maybe that's why that worry is coming over them, and that doubt if this collective, you really will listen to them, is what I'm hearing. But they're ascending. They're transcending their own obstacles, which is good. But I do feel like this person is really, you know, attracted by you. They're wanting to flirt. They're wanting to date. They're wanting to hook up. And they see you as paradise. They see you as their expansion. Oneness as well. It could be that they're focusing on their oneness through the separation. Even so, let's get one last one. But they're going, there it is. They're going through, and even you guys could have gone through this, you know, really felt like you weren't enough in this relationship, but maybe you had a lack of confidence. You had certain fears of abandonment, a little bit of codependency. I feel this person maybe could be going through a little bit of that removal of that jealousy, but they're phoenixing, rekindling. Wow, growth, change, mind, and transformation. Holy moly. All right, let's confirm these, and then I kind of like quickly want to tap into that energy. Acceptance, kind of feel like that's part of your thread. Through discipline, confirmation, this doubt, worry, not yours. Look at all of this purple crown chakra energy, you know, higher consciousness, awareness. Be the crown, you are the crown, wear the crown. You guys know what I say about that. Focused on gratitude. Worry and doubt. What? You guys saw that, right? How did this get mixed up with that? Sign. I could, and you guys saw that worry and that doubt, the first thing that came to my mind was the person tied to you, and literally, as I was confirming worry and doubt, I feel this person is scared shitless. I have to tap into this connection now. That was insane. You guys saw that, right? Oh my God, thank God it was recording. Doubt and worry. That was hilarious. Confirmation. You are free from this. This is not something that bothers you. And if it does, you know how to find your sweet nectar. You know how to get yourself out of that. Same with fear, empathy. See, no fear, gratitude, and having empathy towards yourself, and having empathy just in the fact that you are living in this human experience. You are no longer limiting yourself is what I'm feeling. Understanding that everything, everyone, every situation comes into our lives for a reason. This collective, you are seeing it as lessons, not as challenges. Success. So success from this failure, changing that mind frame. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Confirmation to what I said before. Humor. Focus on being focusing on self-love. Unconditional love. Focusing on love. Everything is love. I am love. And everything is love. That's what I'm feeling. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. That was insane. That doubt and that worry, that was insane with that journey. That you guys saw that. It didn't even it wasn't even in the mix. Could have been from my previous reading, but that was so great. That was magical. That was magical. Alrighty. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hold on. Before I even get into this person, I kind of want to see a little bit more about you guys. See more about you guys. I want to see I kind of want to see what how the universe is seeing you in spirit animals, or what spirit animals have been guiding you through this these last few weeks even. But hold on, I want to get these as well. I want to get these too, because I want to see emotion. You've been alchemizing and processing your sensitivity. This is very nice. Number 38 could be significant. All right, let's see what spirit animals have been following you around. How does the universe see you as well? Jaguar and the wolf. Beautiful. So very instinctual wisdom. Again, confirmation. You're in duality is what I'm seeing. You're very balanced. Protection and courage. So instinctual wisdom and wildness with the wolf, 2nd of the 4th of the 2nd, or 24. Jaguar, protection and courage. I'm seeing my nourishing the shadow with that jaguar. Oh, and love and tenderness with the rabbit. And look how they're all kind of like those new moon energies. You see that? That's beautiful. That is very nice. Oh, I feel beautiful things are about to happen. Alrighty, let's get these. Universal message with these. Confirmation. Unity. Integration of your yin and your yang. Unity, balanced energy, manifestation. I am in divine flow and move in alignment. Yes, you do. Again, duality. Confirmation to what I said before. You've been patient. You've been very patient. And number 11, you could be seeing 1111 a lot. But the sun, the very big fat yes card in tarot. Luck is on your side. Manifestations and power, 1111. Magnets. Potential and possibility. Future, higher self, and quantum. You could be quantum jumping right now. There's a reason why I wanted to do this. Reach out to the potential that is calling for you. Number 5, transformation as well. Dark night of the soul, transformation, awakening, tower. You could have just gone through, and I put this here, so this is literally what you went through and what you're coming out as of. This dark night of the soul helped you come into your inner balance, into your inner one, in your oneness. You literally rebirthed into the other side, is what I'm feeling. Could be going through another awakening. This is very nice, guys. Okay, hold on. I kind of... What do I want to get? What do I want to get? Because I kind of want to get into this person right now. There's a reason why I'm wanting to get into this person, clearly. But, hold on. Let me get these. I haven't grabbed these in a while. I want to see what these... What does this collective need to know with these? So, death card. Another having to do with deaths. The ending bringing the new beginnings. Transformation and power. Finding your power. I'm seeing the claim your power with that other deck. And didn't one of the zodiacs go into Pluto right now? Wow, reunion. This is the second reunion card you get, and I'm not even doing a love rating. Soulmate, fated partnership, past life connection, past returns, certain toxicities and patterns, energy vampire, trauma, bond stuck. Let me get one more for this. What is this? Temptation and disharmony and wow, indecisions. Whoa, that's a lot. So contemplation, triggers, and self-deception. Between two people or two paths to stay or go. I feel like this collective, you finally let go to the kind of, not only that time frame of when is this reunion happening, but you kind of let go of that, wanting that. But I feel maybe this collective, you're being very, which means you haven't seen this person in a while. Just because of how toxicity came out. So it's literally, because I'm seeing literally this collective's mind frame, letting go of that soul tie, of that, label of this person, because it was too toxic. It was too, there's certain patterns that you were having with this person, certain addictive traits. You could have felt like maybe they were a little bit of that energetic of that vampire. You would always feel exhausted after you left seeing this person. You know what I mean? This collective, you've been contemplating about the triggers and the disharmony that you've had because of certain temptations, which again, confirmation what I said before about that magnetic pull. I feel like that magnet is not only being activated with your threads, but it's also activating within you as well. So this collective, maybe you're really trying to stay out of certain temptations. Maybe, you went into not only to be celibate, but also you activated into sobriety as well, or whatever it is. I feel like there's something having to do with temptations and having to make wise choices. But kisses, unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. I want one more for toxicity. Guarded, vulnerable, holding patterns. Could be this person. Blocked heart chakra. Could be this person. What is this row? Doubts, but clarity. So you literally got doubts and clarity. So I feel like this person, whenever they have to make a decision, they go into that doubt because maybe they're feeling a little bit lonely, but the negativity, not hopeful, discontentment, where this collective, you're positive all the time. And when they're faced with temptation, that's when they have this clarity of over their mind. They follow their intuition with it. You know what I mean? I feel like this is this person. There's this harmony between temptation and decisions that they are needing to go through. And there's a reason why you guys are so much with the decision, with that divine masculine strength. You know, this collective, you've been focused on that belief system. This person still has certain conditioning or expectations is what I'm feeling. Evaluating long-held beliefs, but they're going through an awakening. My God. Confirmation, subconscious emotions, fear, deceit. Things are not as they appear. We're going to have to get into this person. I want to see what's going on. We're going to quickly see what's going on with this. Hold on. All right. Let's get how they are. Let's just change a little bit of that energy and see how they're genuinely feeling towards you. I don't want to use these. I want to use these. I'm going to see what these. How are they genuinely feeling towards you? Do I want to get these or do I want to get what they're wanting to say? We'll get what I want to say later. Like genuinely feeling towards this collective, person on this collective's mind. Okay, I'm not mad. I like it. So we have perfect pair. We are perfect for one. So we are perfect for one another. You match my vibe and I love your energy. Then we have growth, which I like. You've encouraged me to look deep inside myself and discover who I really am. Love offer. I want to offer you the world and I promise you will have the best version of me. And love. Loved you yesterday, love you still, and love you always. And missing you, but that's where that loneliness hits. We may not be together right now, but my heart misses you dearly. And that's where I'm feeling with that worry and that doubt. But communication, expect a message soon. They want to express how much they truly miss you. This could be not far long. Oh, 4 days. Not bad. Let's see. What is this person wanting to do? So literally they're going over the challenges of communication. I'm seeing my Mercury retrograde card. So you guys could have had the last point of communication during a Mercury retrograde. But they're wanting to compromise, forgive, and work it out. And they're trying to really trust and focus on divine timing, but letting things flow. I feel like it's this kind of like they've made a decision to work on their inner healing. Wanting taking that risk. Could have been someone else in the middle. There's a reason why I said forgive. I usually don't read that word. Expectation, but maybe you were pregnant with this person. Maybe they know someone who's pregnant. Maybe that's actually activating nostalgia. Maybe you guys spoke about kids at one point, and maybe that's why now this person is... But intimacy, sexual chemistry, and reminiscing, confirmation too. They are reminiscing. But they're wanting in with... and they are manifesting you. So tell that... Wow. They're moving on from what no longer serves them. All right. Let's keep going with these. And then we'll get... I want to see their true emotions. Their true emotions towards you. All right, let's confirm. Perfect pair. So psychic, your intuition scares me. How much do you really know about me? Maybe that's why also they're a little bit fearful. Like, how much have you seen? But there's still anger issues that they're needing to work through. Hold on. You push my buttons on purpose. I'm upset that you have control over me. I feel like this person more so than you push it on purpose. It's literally them going over how vulnerable they are with you in their own way. You know, not expressing vulnerability, but how vulnerable they feel with you. But they see you as perfect pair. I want one more for that. I'm angry. I know you're tired of me hearing my excuses. I'll talk no actions. They're a little bit surprised. They're wanting to. There's a lot of energy. I feel like this person really needs to chill a little bit. I'm staring at my reciprocity card in my other deck. Growth. Stressed. I'm emotionally drained at the point where I am beginning to shut down. This person is all over the place. So where they're wanting to grow, they're still stressed. Love offer. I feel like this is like what's on the forefront of their mind, but their subconscious is all of these down the bottom. And I haven't even finished confirming. Love offer. Picture perfect. You are beautiful inside and out. I stare at your pictures all the... Good time. Focus on the present. I do believe like they're trying to focus on the present, but again, the nostalgia hits. Missing piece. It's like they are... Where you guys are finding your oneness, they are still in that 3D aspect, I feel, of, you know, someone else completes... Dear Lord. Someone else completes them. You know what I mean? In love. And there's that surprise. Life is full of surprises, and I have something special planned just for you. Missing you? I was player wanting to come out. Communication. Expect a message soon. They want to express how much they truly miss you. And literally under the missing you. They want to grow old with you. But I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling this energy is a little bit, you know, this collective, you've been focused too much on your balance. You've been focused too much on your own oneness and, you know, getting out of the hurdles and really being in the present. I don't feel like this collective, you're wanting to go back to the past for some reason, I'm hearing. Each to their own, but I feel like not right now. There's this, you know, this collective, you're thriving in your independence is what I'm feeling. Okay, we're just going to quickly get these, what they're wanting to say, what they're wanting to communicate, and then we'll just keep on with you guys. I don't really want to get into much with... Literally, the first one coming out is missing you. They are nostalgic. I miss you. I wish things were different. Will you listen? I was so seeing this. There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? Let's get a couple more of these, and I just want to focus on you guys, my fantasy, but... You guys know about that card. You could have pictures of you, videos. This isn't goodbye. Seeing my unfinished business. I don't want to focus on money, but there's a reason why. I feel like they're still in avoidance, but not so much you know what I mean? It's like this person is trying to keep themselves distracted for sure, because they're really going through heavy emotion having to do with you. And it makes sense because you guys are finally in that release of that heavy emotion. But I feel this person maybe is a little bit, you know, focused on their pentacle path, which is good. But I feel it has to do with trying to distract themselves from what is actually going on with you guys. Wow. You guys saw how that fell? Finding myself. It was time I went within. This is good. This I like. This I like. More so with this collective's energy. You know, you guys have worked through a lot to gain this balance and to gain this oneness that you finally have accomplished. This peace that you finally have accomplished. The universe is not going to release anything that is going to disalign you from that. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of my life. I need space. That's good. They need to let the past go. All right. That's all for that person. We are focusing on you guys now. All right. Getting out of that energy. It's time to... There's a reason why this collective, you're focused on you. We are going to be focusing on you. So I want to see what the universe has been preparing for you. I'm going to get my shamanic healing oracle deck. I just feel there's something beautiful around the corner for this collective. But yeah, I want to get these, and then I want to get these, and oh my god, you are what you think, and I believe you do. I believe that. You know, I want to get those. I want to get, we're going to get tarot, but also I want to get, what are these? No, not these. Which one were, I had another deck that I wanted to use, but I don't know which one it was. Anyway, let's just get into this and see what is coming for this beautiful collective. I'm going to get a lot of universal messages for this collective. Oh my God. The only two cards that were upright was struggle and letting go. Letting go of the struggle. Finally. Beautiful. By making the changes. Discernment. So it could be that maybe in the past you were someone who every time you saw a certain sign, you would always think it was this person, but now you're seeing the signs as for you. Why do I feel though, even though I said that this collective, you could have been in this journey for a very long time, but I'm kind of feeling like this collective, maybe you're a newer collective in my collectives. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to home. I'm hearing that song. I'm coming home, tell the world. I'm seeing my reincarnation card with these. Oh my God, what did I split it into? But your inner union. I swear, for some reason, I don't even want to go into love, but at the same time, I do. I love love. I'm sorry, but you know. Let's confirm. Struggle. And also 44. You guys know what I say with the number 44. That's my divine masculine energy. So I feel like you putting the action, dedication, you know, being in your masculine strength, creating your home for yourself, you know, preparing your home, grounding. Struggle. By stripping the illusions. Finally seeing through that veil. Letting go. By just trusting that everything happens in divine timing, that everything that is meant for you will come to you in due time, and you know, just holding on just doesn't permit the flow. Again, that rigidness, going to that, turning into that flexibility, going through a growth spurt. Changes. Perception, confirmation, keeping a positive mindset, focusing on your truth, believing in your truth, discernment. But literally that happiness card with those emotion cards, understanding that if you are happy, you must be doing things right. You know what I mean? Can't remember what it actually says. Home. Whoa, too many, guys. Teaching duality, for sure. Home. Divine timing. Oh my God. And also, for the love of God, I did say divine masculine with that. I do believe something happening in divine timing, you know, has to do with this person, whoever is tied to your soul contract. Even though I don't want to get into them, you know, I don't want to see their emotions or anything. I kind of like, let's get, you've been nourishing while waiting, transforming, shaking, releasing, and healing. Moving on from what no longer serves you. Way too many, guys. One, please. You're about to shine and seeing beyond the past. I do believe this collective, you're seeing beyond the past, but I feel like it's this collective, you're really seeing beyond the past. It's like whatever was part of my past, I don't know, I feel like there is not a denial, but there's this not fear either. It's like maybe it is a little bit of fear, this collective, because you understand how unbalanced you were with the connection. And I really don't want to focus on the connection, but it's the first thing that is coming to my mind. And I feel this collective really, you're kind of like in that mode of, not that it's not worth it, but there's so much inner peace within you right now, you don't even want to tempt it. You know what I mean? Wow. Master Manifestor. I was seeing that. I was seeing my Magician card, actually. But 10, completion, focusing on the bigger picture. By taking care of yourself and learning self-appreciation, value, respect, and worth. This is very nice. I'm a little hesitant to see what's coming for you, because I feel like whatever's coming for you has to do with love. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. What is coming for this collective? Hold on. Before I even get into that, I want to see universally what the universe is wanting you to maybe not focus on, but asking of you. Pause. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. There's a reason why I said that. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. I kind of feel this person, if this person comes in, you guys are going to reject them. Something that has to do with a manifestation and your comfort zone. Again, confirmation to what I said. I feel like this collective, you're very comfortable with your independence right now. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, and untangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. And I feel like that's what is keeping you comfortable right now. I want one more for comfort. I'm seeing that as more as, celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. Being in the present moment. I do feel that with this collective, but manifest. You're always manifesting. There's a reason why this is coming out. Whether you are aware of it or not, manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking. So you'll attract in your life exactly what you're wanting. There's a reason why I'm saying this. There's a reason why I grabbed these as well. If this connection was at one point something that you really wanted, something that you had actually manifested, and when you guys were okay, or when you guys were, feeling, when you were in that presence of that angel-like presence before they get ripped away, and you were, you felt loved and you felt seen, and there was this just complimenting of each other, I just feel this collective, for some reason, that part is like what you're not focused on. You're kind of focused on, not on that 3D, but, it's this collective, you're a little bit focused on too much with how the connection put you in that imbalance. So I feel like this collective, maybe that's where that fear is coming from, that, there's this fear for this collective of getting out of that balance again. You've worked very hard for it. There's this, permanence I feel that you have created with your independence and your peace within, that you are very, I feel, rigid, having to do with, letting anybody come in and break it. You know what I mean? I feel this collective, you guys really are in that energy of, I don't wish them wrong, or I don't wish them harm, but I kind of wish they wouldn't come to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to say it, but at the same time, I feel this collective, you guys kind of are in that energy. You wish them well, but far away from you. You know what I mean? You're needing to surrender with that aspect is what I'm feeling, you know, because it's also, you know, there's a reason why you have this ability, you have this master, you have this magician in you. You are, being in a divine connection, you are able to, you know, teach other people about unconditional love no matter what happens. I understand that some, you know, everyone makes their own decisions, but I feel like whatever you are thinking or whatever you are holding on to having to with your own inner peace, it's affecting this person in the sense of, it's kind of like, you know, you guys are the same soul. It's kind of like feeding into them that they don't even want themselves. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to convince anybody here, but I'm just, you know, thinking it outside of the box. Trying to think it outside of the box. You know what I mean? You need to break free from that perception so that they could break free as well. Help them. So literally, I'm trying not to make this about a love reading, but it keeps on coming up. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason why the universe, why Source is activating this part of me speaking of this with you guys. I feel like this collective, you know, there's... maybe it's a big lesson on letting go, you know. You have been letting go, but also it's also letting go of what is comfortable as well. Or even taking that leap of faith into something new without knowing what can happen, but understanding and trusting that the universe will never align you with something that will get you off balance. You know what I mean? Quite the contrary. All right. I'm just going to get 3. Wow. These are 3 very powerful ones. This is about traditions, attentions to detail, wealth, exclusivity, indulgence, well put together, mirror. Seeing clearly, facing certain issues, but self-assessment and self-improvement. Reflection, self-love, and self-appreciation. I feel like that's what this collective you've been focused on for you've been kind of like well put together with that aspect of your life, you know, the self-love. You're very there's an attention to detail having to do with your self-love and your self-worth and your self-care and your inner, you know what I mean? But there's this mental force, there's a spiritual insight, there's an ignition with hope and faith, I believe, but wise judgment, power, and strength. Remember, you're the life of the party. There's a divine favor here is what I'm seeing. Let's get one last one. Yeah, permanence. They are trying to create permanence with this, but also that renewal and that stability having to do with you being well put together, having to do with your self-improvement and your self-love and your self-appreciation, but also having to do with whenever there's an issue, maybe having to do with this person, you know, not seeing it so much in that 3D aspect, you know. I feel this collective, the biggest thing is the fear of losing themselves again. And I feel like this collective, you at one point said, I am never letting this person ever again enable me into, or I will never ever be enabled again into accepting less when I deserve with this person. And I feel like that kind of shut the door with this person for you. And there's a reason why I'm not, you know, like I'm wanting to do their part, but at the same time I'm not wanting to do their part. It's like, but this is having to do with completion energy. Number 10, you could be seeing 10-10 a lot, but deeply rooted, grounded, connecting to source. And I do feel like your connection to source does have something to do with this person as well. They were the ones who activated you. everyone has their own decisions, but try to have it in a different outlook so that we're not, limiting them as well. If we are the same soul, it's kind of like we're limiting ourselves as well. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like it backfires at you as well. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I feel confused a little bit. All right, let's get, I don't even know if I want to get dice. Let's get dice. And if 6 comes out, we're getting the next weeks. Getting weeks. And if, I was going to say months, but I said weeks for a reason. And if anything else comes out, we're getting days. So what kind of lessons can the universe be putting to your table in the next weeks or days? What is the universe bringing to the table? 11 days, 11 weeks, 11 days. And you guys got 11 days. But manifesting your desires through your phone. And everything that has to do with love, I feel like I don't want to show you guys because I feel like I'm going to be like, I can feel it. Don't make it fit. Alrighty. What is coming for this beautiful collective in the next 11 days? What is the universal message for this collective? What is happening in the next 11 days? Two of Swords in reverse. This is about seeing a clear warning, but also seeing through the red flags. And I feel like I know what the red flags are going to be. Someone maybe showing an author, but I feel like that's kind of like you guys. You know what I mean? Unbending. Two of Swords is also about considering options and decisions, not being trapped in a decision. Let's get the rest of the row and then we'll see. We'll clarify. I do believe like you are in strength, but that is kind of like, Three of Coins. So we have doing it together. This is also, all right. Biggest thing I'm seeing here for this collective, I do feel like there are certain warning signs that are going to be shown to you to see if you have that discernment. You guys did get that with the shamanic ones. But there's a decision that you're having to make. I feel this collective, maybe you guys, hold on. Sorry about that. But I feel like maybe this collective, you will be a little bit in that King of Swords in reverse with this energy. Just not in the controlling sense, but bending is what I'm feeling. I feel like whatever decision you do make, it's kind of like going to be, that's it and that's it. And I'm not seeing it as something not positive, but you know what I mean? You could be a little bit cold, or feel like you're being a little bit cold towards a certain person. But we do have this Three of Coins. It's about doing it together, collaboration, active listening, co-managing, teamwork. I want one more for this King of Swords. I want to clarify this King of Swords. This is Five of Coins. You're looking ahead. You're wanting to make positive changes. You're looking ahead and you're wanting to build and go through that acceptance, but it's a recovery. It's a turning point. Five of Coins in reverse. Out of the woods. I feel this collective. I don't even want to say it. One more. All right, from darkness to light, a few days. But a fresh start, there's an awakening happening. Spring could be important, but it's time. I feel what the biggest thing of the universe, I feel like what the universe is trying to get me to say to you guys is, instead of being maybe sarcastic or cold, where you're feeling like you're needing to be this way, or where you're feeling like this is igniting those aspects in your not personality, but in your emotions, try to look ahead and think positively. Try to focus on rebuilding and the acceptance. Try to focus on the recovery, not on the they lack integrity, or they're drunk on power, or they're a loose cannon, or they don't know what they want to do. You know what I mean? try to see it in a different light is what I'm feeling. Whatever has to do with this King of Swords. This person, it could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be, you know, whatever it is. I do feel it's something that maybe you've been trapped in. Your swords are having to do with the mind and has to do with, you know, communication, but certain ideas, certain rigid stance that you're having to do with whatever has been trying to ground for maybe 5 years. It's coming to my mind like that. 3 of Coins. Hold on, let me get 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Hangman. Whoa. You guys saw how that turned, and now it's in resisting surrender. Uncertainty, delay tactics, resisting, stalling. There's a lack of focus. I feel this collective, whatever has to do with a clear decision is kind of like putting this collective in, you know, the lack of focus. This did come out this way. It's wanting to be that permanence, you know, that aha moment, the perspective, the clear, you know, try to focus on the surrender, try to focus on the release, you know, and make a clear decision having to do with release, actual release, not, you know, shutting doors. You know what I mean? But yielding, flexibility. Where in the current, I feel like this collective, you are currently in Hangman in reverse. This situation puts you in a lack of focus, is what I feel. And that's why that 2 of Swords. You don't want to be like this anymore with that 2 of Swords. You want to have clear and concise decisions. You know, you want to... it's about going within as well. But you want to be able to consider the options and see the clear warnings. You don't want to be trapped in that illusion. But at the same time, I feel because you are rigid with certain aspects or with certain things that are supposed to be happening in your life, I feel you're not letting, even though you are living in the moment, you're not letting that flow within or flow towards you. And now you're a magnet. I'm putting that up right because I do believe that this collective, you will gain a new perspective having to do with this decision. You will surrender and you will allow and yield and be flexible with this. You will surrender and have that epiphany moment where now I feel like there's a lack of inspiration having to do with that particular thing. There's a reason why this whole reading went how it went. But that's just my advice. 3 of Coins. What is this doing it together? Wow, 2 came out. So whatever has made you feel like you were overcommitting, but whatever you've been wanting to do together for a very long time, then now it's actually happening, or is about to happen, having to do with, you know, overwhelmed energy, having to do with your 2 of Coins in reverse and this 9 of Swords in reverse. Whatever put you in this energy that you feel in one moment you wanted to, you know, work together or wanted to, it could be even a father is what I'm hearing. But whatever put you in this energy and got you off center and got you off being this balanced energy that you are currently now. There's a reason why I said for various moments that this collective, you are holding on to your peace. You are holding on to your peace. I feel like this collective, I don't even think that the right collective is going to be watching this, actually. Once I get into that love part, the right collective isn't going to be watching this. There's a little bit of a denial, what I'm feeling with having to do with that love connection. And I feel it's because you are, even though you're letting go and not holding resentment towards them, you know, because of how they were and because maybe it's been a long time since you've seen them, you're still holding on to a little bit of that past version of themselves. And you need to remember how you've changed and grown and created this peace within yourself. They can do it as well. By thinking that they will never change, that they will only cause this within you. You're kind of limiting them, and you're limiting yourself as well. It's so funny how literally this took a really interesting turn. Strength. You do have self-belief in yourself. This collective, we are not downing this. You will never let anyone ever again. You are in your internal strength. You are in your, masculine strength. You're in your feminine stillness. There's this wisdom that you have. There's this personal power that you feel. I feel like, again, what I said before, the comfortability having to do with that. But there is this confidence that you have, and you know that you will never ever allow anyone else to treat you how you were treated from now on. You were able to grow and evolve. This person can do the same. And again, as I said before, I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. Everyone makes their own decisions. Everyone makes their own, chooses what path they want to go through. But I'm more saying this as what I said before, with you limiting yourself as well. Because you, by having a rigid stance with one single thing, you're cutting with that flow. You know what I mean? And you'll never know. You know what I mean? Strength. 3 of Wands. Manifesting your desires. Manifestation, big developments, travel for pleasure, work or love, level up or progress. Sun energy. More sun energy. Queen of Wands. I want one more for 3 of Wands. I feel it's so funny because literally the first thing I thought before I came into this collective, into doing this reading for this collective, the first thing I was thinking of, this is not going to be a love reading at all. And it ended up being, kind of like, and again, not wanting to convince anybody, but I feel like I'm trying to convince you guys to like give this person a chance. Not now, but, and not even give them a chance. And I don't know, not even give them a chance, but you know what I mean? It's like not being in that rigid decision of this will never happen. You know what I mean? But more so just being in that surrender of whatever's supposed to happen will happen because it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Clearly this collective, you did not want a love reading, but it ended up being one anyways. 2 of Wands. So charting a course having to do with your strength and that manifesting your desires, but maybe future planning, considering the options, maybe certain decisions. So maybe some of you guys that are supposed to be seeing this reading, you will end up seeing this reading and maybe, get out of that rigidness and be more yielding. It's coming to my mind for a reason. I want one more for this 9 of Swords and 2 of Coins under this 3 of Coins. Just confirmation to that imbalance. Justice in reverse. You don't want to be blinded by this anymore, is what I'm feeling. This 3 of Coins, the collaborative, the soul tie. Working together, doing it together. I think like you guys have burned and learned too many times with this, having to do with that 6 of Pentacles energy, you always giving, but it wasn't really a 6 of Pentacles energy. It was more of a, you always giving, and this person taking, or multiple people taking. So I feel like now it's like this collective, you guys see love as, if how you say it here in Spanish. Here it's like whenever someone gets burned with milk, they say it's that saying that says whenever you get burned by milk, you see the cow and you start crying. This collective, I feel, whenever you see love, you see that when you get burned by love, or when you see that you're about to get burned by love, or whatever it is having to do with love, you see maybe a couple and you're like, oh no, get it away from me, bye. This collective, it's more of And it has to do with how imbalanced it put you in. So it means that maybe this collective, you kind of are going through a little bit of doubt yourselves, having to do with what you're ready for. Maybe you feel like you've been ready for a very long time with other things and they have all developed in a beautiful way, but now there's one last thing that needs to be developed and it has to do with love and you don't want to know anything about it. That's what I'm feeling. But I do feel like there is a discovery. There's something about you getting ready for this, certain decisions. And there it is, High Priestess. Under this, nothing to say, sarcasm, not speaking your truth, unanswered questions. This Page of Swords in reverse. Let's clarify this Page of Swords in reverse. Because, yeah, forgiveness. Just forgiving. Accepting changes, ready to move on, healing and letting go. And being in your divine feminine energy, compassion, caring, nurturing yourself, empathetic. Understanding that people can get out of this energy how you did. And I feel like also this is part of you not speaking your truth. Maybe you still... not you hold a grudge to this person, but you know, not that person per se, but it's kind of like that energy of when I don't give second chances, you know. But Ten of Swords in reverse, changing the outcome, regeneration of a relationship, making a comeback, reconcile over it, repair and move on. What is meant for you will always find you whenever it's supposed to be. It's a matter of how you perceive it and how you take it and how you learn from it. But High Priestess energy, inner knowing. Focus on your inner knowing. Tap into your High Priestess. Tap into, you know, that owl within. I said owl for a reason. Maybe you love the owl. Hold on. My God, my children today. But yeah. I feel like that's mostly what the universe is wanting me to... I feel like this collective, you guys are like fulfilled in every other aspect of your life but this one. And you guys don't even want to know about it. There's a reason why I keep on talking about love. When it came into this reading, the first thing I said, this isn't going to be a love reading. And it ended up being a love reading. But yeah, just... make your own decisions, of course. I am just here for advice. But yeah, try to keep a more open mindset is what I'm feeling with that. You've been focused on that permanence with that positivity. It would help a little bit more, I feel, having to do with your threads as well to, you know, keep an open mind with every aspect, even love. But let's confirm that full reading. Hold on, I want to confirm with these, even though I said I wasn't going to be loud. I want to confirm with these just because I feel like this let go of control issues. That's it. And love yourself first. You are in Two of Swords in reverse. You're going to see through the red flags. You're in High Priestess. You're going to see through the red flags. This collective, I'm not saying, you know, really you know, if this person does come in with a mask, to accept them. No, I am not saying that whatsoever. What I am saying is there needs to be a little bit of a shift in perception having to do with your love life. This collective, I feel like you are currently a little bit too comfortable with your independence. Maybe, you know, you are a little bit more in isolation right now, or maybe, you know, you're not really going out that much and it's not helping with the life lessons. And it's even though you're living in the moment in your way, it's not letting other things flow in your life. You know what I mean? There's a reason why I'm saying it. It's so crazy how literally the beginning of this reading, how it started and how it's ending. Let's confirm that full reading. Meditate and contemplate, for sure. Meditate and contemplate. I feel very confused. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, new moon in Pisces. Be bold and make the first move. And step out of your comfort zone, sign. Oh my God. Alrighty. Let us get Hermes. Whoa. Alright. So we have Cancer energy, but 69, that's the Wheel of Fortune for me. And that yin and yang energy. We have W and T as initials. They could be important. T and W could be your initials with your person. You are divinely guided, divinely protected. You didn't only get my silver one, you got my gold one. Smile, focus on happiness and that love, unconditional love, smile and kisses. The crown, be the crown, you are the crown, wear the crown. Divine feminine energy. Focus on your stillness. Enlightenment. Selenite. Maybe you need to get selenite and buy and put it all over your door. It helps with positive energy, and it also helps with repelling negative energy, I find. But enlightenment, also new. I see this stone as new beginnings. The key to your heart. I'm not going to say that much with that. But follow your intuition with the key. And look how literally from those animal cards, that kind of like new moon. And I did say selenite with that new beginning, you know, but follow your intuition. You're very magnetic right now. And also it could be that you're going to be, since you are very magnetic now, you could be, you know, the light brings every kind of energy, even mosquitoes. So just, yeah, follow your intuition with that and be kind. That's what I feel like. It's more what I'm wanting to say, to be kind and compassionate, not, you know what I mean? It's weird. This reading was weird. This reading was very weird, but I'm going to post it anyways. It was like, I feel like very confused. I feel very confused. All right, important dates, birthdays. So we have portal energy, 7th of the 7th or 77, lucky number 77. We have 4th of the 4th as portal energy as well. 44, divine masculine energy. 111, literally. 11th of 1st of the 11th. 15th of the 11th, 15th of the 7th, 15th of the 4th, 15th of the 2nd, 27th of the 11th, 27th of the 1st, 27th of the 7th, 27th of the 4th, 747, 1111. I kid you not, literally 1111. I need to show you this because seriously, guys, like, do you see this? 1111. What the hell? Oh, my God. But 1111, 11th of the 11th, portal energy. 33, divine feminine energy. 3rd of the 3rd, portal energy as well. 95 could be an important date. 93rd year. 93rd, 11th of the 3rd, 11th of the 5th, 11th of the 1st. We already said that before. 1st of the 1st as well. 1st of the 3rd, 3rd of the 1st. 3rd of the 5th, 5th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 3rd. 1st of the 5th, 5th of the 1st. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope this wasn't confusing at all. Like, I ended up very confused. But there's a reason why I had to have this. There's a reason. I don't know. Right Collective will understand what I'm trying to say, I think. So I'll just trust that this will be received by the Right Collective. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I love you all. Bye.